We're not looking to make money off of you. I mean, with that being said, millennials and Gen Zs, it's just a different.
Guys, welcome back to another episode of Real Talk Real Estate. My name is Donovan Johnson and my co-host,
Scott Warner. Today, we are talking about an episode that gets everybody frustrated. It's priced out apartment lifers wondering, will they ever be ready to own a home? Can they?
talking about Gen Z and the millennials, talking about how there's been some topics through our research that maybe these two generations of folks feel kind of locked out of the market.
From student loans to credit barriers. I mean, insane home prices. The generation, hey, guess what? Our generations, because I am a millennial. Technically, yes, I am.
Old ass. No, you're not.
Yes, I am a millennial.
When were you born? 70 what?
83. My brother.
There's no way.
Yeah. But I mean, the generation's up against a lot.
Dang, 80.
But there are options.
1981 to 96
yes,
is millennials.
I know.
Gen Z.
Yes.
I'm 98.
Yes. That's why
But I'm more like you, because Gen Z goes to like 06, 08. Them boys are weird.
You are in the crossover.
I'm
just
cool
like
with
I
that.
don't like I don't feel like I'm a millennial.
But
I'm in the crossover.
Like I tell people I'm a 90s baby, and then they say, oh, when, like 95? I say 98. They're like 2000s. I'm like, first of all, you a hoe. Second of all, I'm not. I remember Cartoon Network and the old school stuff. I remember the Jetsons, cuz Boomerang. Come on now.
The Boomerang. Okay, back to topic.
On topic.
We are on topic.
Millennials, Gen Z, we're just
spitting.
Yeah, dude.
Let's start with the realities. Average home prices are up. Rates are high. Everything is basically pushed against you to not be a homeowner.
And if I can speak in the Gen Z lingo, what makes it not the vibe, you may be having some student loans you got to be paying off, you know? You may have some credit barriers. You may be in a good rental spot that's like, is it worth spending the money? Looking at the monthly note versus a rental versus buying. So there's just so many options that make a really messed up gumbo.
I mean, we're seeing a shift in the timeline. People were usually buying homes in their late 20s. Now, mid 30s, you're buying a home at that point in time. It's a crazy shift.
It is. And another thing is, if you go back and listen to, I think it was episode 11 maybe, about the investors, big investors coming in like BlackRock and whatnot. And there's also like retirees downsizing that would be willing to spend a little extra money to just get in a nice place and be able to feel safe and everything brand new.
The system does feel stacked up against I would say us. I would say more a little bit younger than me. In some ways, guess what? It is.
So me and Scott pre-pod were talking about some barriers and mythical barriers, let's say that. And one of them was down payment, how you need 20% to buy a house down. Brother, that is false.
Absolutely. 3%, USDA, VA, even local grants. The perception of needing $50K to go down is not needed anymore. It's just not there.
And we both had deals where people either walked in with having to bring no money to the buyer side, bringing no money to close, or very little. Like, look, so I mean, there's definitely opportunities if you just give your realtor a chance to work.
And I also think not giving your realtor a chance to work, it's fear. Fear does make us do things that we wouldn't do normally. The fear of buying at the wrong time, the fear of buying at this price. Should I buy it at the 7% interest? Should I wait? I mean, I think fear does guide us.
And then we have credit. That could be a barrier for my people between, I know I've said it already, but the student loans, miss a payment of student loans and miss a car payment. First of all, missing a car payment in Louisiana is the worst thing you can do because you got to have insurance. And once that expires, they flag your license and you can't do a lot of stuff. So just, man, do what you got to do, hit the corner, do something. Make sure you pay your car insurance in Louisiana.
I mean, going back on the fear, I think that 2008 really hurt people. They were like, what should we do next? But the good news is there are ways to move paths forward. One of the best ways, ha- hey, we were talking about it, a house hack. I mean, living with somebody else, having them help you pay that mortgage. I mean, that's a serious thing nowadays, and I think people are really thinking about it.
Absolutely. And what I love about house hacking is that you could take a relatively, let's say if your note, hopefully it's like a 4-bedroom at least, take your $1,600 a month note. Imagine if you had 3 roommates paying 700 like a door. Dude, it's a lot of money coming in that could help you with your expenses monthly. And before you know it, you're living for free essentially.
No, you're exactly right. Another thing on that is multi-generational financing, having mom and dad help you a little bit. I mean,
Like gifts, you're saying? Like,
yeah,
so with lenders, there's just some loans allow you to have gifts, which is basically like usually an undisclosed lump sum of money just being injected into your account's a red flag for a lender and underwriters. But there's gifts where your parents may break you off 5 racks, 10K, just to say, hey, bro, like make it happen, you know? So
building into the future.
exactly.
Creative financing is another tool. I mean, sellers credits, building into the future, gifts, all these things are out there, and I don't think that the people are real. I don't know if it's the agents not saying these things about what's out there for these younger kids, or they're just too scared to step foot into this market.
And speaking of creative financing real quick, because I really enjoy it because it's a alternative route to still a very traditional real estate. And with creative financing, if I could just break this down, like if I was talking to real estate agents day one trying to teach the class, I would say creative financing is can be a good option because it's literally creative. You have to find out, do they want interest rate more? Do they want a down payment more? Because once you find out what the person wants, you can reverse any number from there. If they want a higher interest rate, well, then your down payment's going to be lower. If they want a lump sum of money up front, then your monthly note's going to be lower. So all that taken into consideration, you could go from both of y'all holding middle fingers up to shaking hands and exchanging checks.
Li- Agents, realtors, listen up. There's a group out there where meet them where they are. Don't talk down to them. Don't be like, oh, you're stupid for not knowing this. Educate them without talking down. Offer the resources because guess what? Getting them into a house is going to get you paid. Getting them into it's a transaction. And as realtors, we are chasing transactions. We want to get to that place where we cap and not have to pay so much money. I mean, I know that I'm about to re-up on my cap become July 1st, and I have a deal where I'm not making the full percentage of both sides of it. Like I was saying earlier, the dual agency, I'm not making the full percentage, but guess what? I'm going to pay for both sides just to try to get my cap done quicker. As a real estate agent, that's what I chase. I chase the caps.
Hmm. And if we can just full circle this, because we're pretty much towards the end of the podcast, is that if you're a buyer, especially you're Gen Z or a millennial, man, I get there's so much stuff at your fingertips with Zillow, and you can dang near tour any house before you look at it, and pictures lie. But for the most part, you get an idea. Don't think it's impossible. Like, you can buy, there's a team behind you, and honestly, 80, 90% of the team you'll never meet because you see your realtor a lot and you see your lender, but there's underwriters. There's just so many inspectors. There's so many people that are trying to get to the closing table. Some people get paid along the way, but people like me and Scott don't get paid to the very end. So just know that you're closer than what you think, and there's people that want to help you and save you money. They're not just trying to like rake you over the coals and, there's just people that want to help you.
I mean, if you're not ready to buy, that's fine. Don't. Take your time. We're not on here saying, oh, you got to buy and you got to buy tomorrow. There are times to rent, there are times to buy. I think KPLC sent out a post maybe about a month ago, 3 weeks ago, about how buying is not the thing now. And that if you're going to rent for I think 30 years of your life, the 30 years of this graph, you're paying like 1.42 million. Well, if you're buying, you're paying like 1.8 million. The thing that they didn't say in this is that 1.8 million is equity that you actually have now. That 1.42 million, it's gone. So rent for a purpose. And then when you're ready, come see Donovan, come see myself. There's many agents out there like us, but I think we're the two special ones. Come see us. We're ready to help you. We want to help you. We're not looking to make money off of you. We want you in the right position in the right house that makes sense for you. Like I said, there's a time to do it, and if it's not your time, it's just not your time. I mean, with that being said, millennials and Gen Zs, they're not lazy. They're not lazy. It's just a different mindset. And once again, you just have to pivot. I think one of the key words that I have learned over the past couple of years is the word pivot in the market and what you do
Like
and how
basketball?
you are. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, if you don't have that shot, maybe the thing is to go ahead and assist.
Bounce pass.
Yeah, bounce pass. Guess what? You don't always have to be the one getting the points up there. You can be the one assisting, helping your team win. And as a real estate agent, I consider myself a team, and I want to help myself and help that client get to the goal of house ownership. Guys, once again, thank you so much for just being here with us. My name's Scott Werner, and
Donovan Johnson.
like, subscribe, share, give us a heart. Just do what you do. Show us some love. If you're watching us,